Life in jail without a chance of parole for 40 years. That was the sentence handed down today to Menhaz Zaman, the 24-year-old who led a double life and killed his entire family. A warning, some of the details in our story are disturbing. The pain and anguish of an unthinkable tragedy may never wane for family and friends. The weight of the crimes committed were front and center as Justice Michelle Furist delivered her reason for sentencing today, stating that Zaman betrayed his family's trust and the murders he carried out inside their Markham home was nothing short of a, quote, slaughter. It was around 3 p.m. on July 27, 2019, when Zaman killed his mother in her bedroom. About an hour later, he killed his grandmother in the very same room. It's at that point that he had a nap, played some video games, and waited until about 11 p.m. for his sister to come home. When she did, he attacked her in the guest bedroom. Around midnight, his father returned home from his job as a taxi driver. Moments later, Menhaz Zaman murdered him as well. Following sentencing today, we spoke with one of Zaman's lawyers, who was instructed by the convicted killer to join the Crown in requesting that his parole ineligibility be set at 40 years.
This sentence was specific to Mr. Zaman. So at the end of the day, the 40-year sentence, it could have been so much higher.
The coroner found that Zaman hit each of his family members over the head, likely with a crowbar, and then slit their throats. Justice Furist told the court today that it's difficult to imagine a more cruel way to kill someone. According to an agreed statement of facts read out in the court 2 months ago, Zaman first thought of killing his family 3 years earlier. Zaman had been living a double life. His family thought he was studying to become an engineer at York University, but instead he failed out of a program at Seneca College and spent years pretending to go to class. Instead, he'd go to the mall or the gym. Zaman's legal team told us today that his age was a factor in sentencing.
The first-degree murders could have run consecutive to each other, and he could have been facing a much, much higher sentence. It didn't necessarily have to end up the way it did today. I would be inclined to tell you that age was a factor, and that's as much as I can tell you.
Justice Furist added today that it defies understanding that while his mother and grandmother lied in their blood, he napped and played video games, lying in wait to kill his sister and father, who came home hours later. The grim discovery was made after police were led to the home by users of an online gaming platform, who Zaman had messaged when the killings were taking place. The court heard today that he even shared photos on the platform of each of his family members' dead bodies. Zaman stood and showed no emotion today as his sentence was handed down. He'll be 64 years old before he's eligible to apply for parole. I'm Adrian Gobriel for City News.